Hello everyone, today we're doing a different bit of a video. It is a bit windy so the camera might shake a little, but it's fine. So, around 8 months ago, X-Shot released the Piston pump. And then around 4 months later, Dart Zone released the Vector Pro. The reason why the Vector Pro is more unique than a lot of flywheelers is because it actually has a B car for increased accuracy. Now, when it came out, my little mind thought for months, hey, maybe Dart Zone created this to be a more budget than the Dart Zone AEB, because AEB is around $80, this is around $41, but I'm not too sure. I just wanted to see the accuracy versus an AEB versus a flywheel with a B car. Of course, AEBs, I already know, are going to out-compete it, but is it similar results, and can flywheelers still be usable? And around, I would say 30 feet away, that sounds like a good accuracy test, and the darts I'm loaded up with. I'm loaded up with 2 mags of Worker Gen 3s and 2 mags of Adventure Force Pro darts. I ran out of Adventure Force Pro, so I had to use 5 rubies. They're basically the same. But these are just the most, like, available darts. They're the most, they're just the most common you're going to see playing. So I just want to see. By the way, this is not a review. If you want to see reviews, I've done a review on the Piston pump. Go watch it. I have not done a review on the Vector, but I did it in my budget series. I'm going to shoot 1 mag of Adventure Force for the Piston pump and 1 mag of Worker. Same with the Vector. In 35 feet range, I'm just going to see what's accuracy. So first we're going to start off with the Vector. I'm going to shoot some Worker Gen 3s. They're heavies actually, just because maybe heavies form a little bit better. And, oof, camera almost fell because of the wind. In Alabama, it's very windy now. It's the windy days. Alright, fixed it. Just keep your eye on attention. I'm using brightly covered darts, so it should be easy. Alright, so that was 15 rounds from Worker Gen 3s, now Adventure Force. The first 5 darts are going to be rubies. Sorry about that, but now I could see around the grouping area. I saw that the Worker darts got a better grouping because it's way easier to see from there. So it had about a pretty nice grouping there, some dents, I can see the grouping from there. Now we are going to try the Piston pump. Like I said, it already has a round chamber, so mag of Adventure Force and then some Worker Gen 3s. I'm first going to start with some Adventure Force because I already have one loaded up in there. Alright, we're on. Alright, so I'm just going to shoot and we're just going to see accuracy. My sight's another camera save. Sorry about that. Just wind is terrible. I hate wind. Alright, so. Oh, whoops. Forgot prime. Now let me check. I'm going to do a little bit of full auto just to show and see if there's any spread. This battery was recently charged around 2 weeks ago, but I haven't used it that much. So as you can see, it had a little bit more of a spread out grouping with the full auto. Had a very nice grouping with semi, and now these are Worker Gen 3s and semi, and I'm going to do a little bit of full auto. Let's figure out a bad dart. It happens. Shot 2 darts, that's not good. Oh no, was about to say a no-no word, but I don't want to get age restricted. Almost said a no-no word, that wouldn't be good. But I hold to myself. Okay. Sorry about that. Pretend that never happened. A little bit more semi. Oh no. We are actually getting... Okay, that was strange. We're getting some jams with Worker Gen 3s. I'm aiming downwards, sorry about that. Now, full auto. Okay, so the full auto was a little bit, you could say, sporadic with Gen 3s. These darts, they're definitely used, but they're not bad. They don't have like cuts in them. But yeah, I was not expecting. It had a lot of almost like misfeeds. Yeah. That was strange. Sorry about that, but I figured it out. It turns out this B core is actually freezing in the cold. It's not shaking. That is actually crazy. Did I just make a new discovery? I just realized this B car is literally like frozen. The wheels are freezing. It will not spin. And there's some debris in there. Okay, well, I guess B cars can freeze in the cold. Didn't know that, but this conclusion was really just can flywheels with, you know, B cars outmatch an AEB? Really, no, it can really not. It is a better option, say 150 FPS, because this is around 180. That's a little bit spicy for some people where they play, but if you are on like a very low budget, get a Vector. These were on sale during Christmas. There were some sales here and there, usually around $60 to $40, but I got mine for $40. I got this for retail price. But like I said, what would I say? The whole point of what I say, I would still pick an AEB. This would be only a Vector would really only be good if like in some of the places I play at, they have like roles like medics where you have to run into the battlefield and just save people, revive them, whatever. And sometimes you want something more compact so you can be faster and run than say like having a sidearm with an AEB. This is definitely heavier and running around. That role I can definitely see the Vector being in, and also CQB, I can definitely see that. It is very compact. But even though those are only 2 game modes, but there are so many more game modes where the AEB will definitely outperform. Only problem with AEB is trigger delay. Every shot, usually. Alright, look. The whole point is it doesn't have delay when you first set it, but it needs to reset since it is closed bolt, so it is a little more slower than say open bolt. But yes, whole point is I would more pick an AEB, the accuracy as well, but I would more pick an AEB. Now we're going to see the grouping from those targets. There are definitely some welts in there, so. Alrighty, so oh, whoops. Sorry fellas, camera keeps falling. Click off this video, but you can see the welts on this. Ooh. I'm just gonna go into an area where the wind won't get me. Right here, that sounds good. Yeah. Probably the camera. Alright, there we go. The wind is away from me now. You can see on the board. Wait. Okay, the plane passed by. So I'm gonna back up a little. I know which welts are because I know what different FPS is. And I shot lower here for the Vector, I shot upwards to here. So down here was the Vector groupings. You can see holes right here. I see a good circle of dents right here. I have not shot this box. I just got another Venom. This box I got yesterday. So this whole grouping about right here, you can see the dents. It had a decent grouping, but then the piston pump with the bigger dents, of course, a decent, better grouping right here. So, whole point is, of course, the AEB is going to be more accurate, but it's more expensive. And to some people, like in different countries in America, some countries might not be able to get it. I know that Australian people might not be able to get the AEB. I'm pretty sure they can't. and also other countries in Europe where X-Shot doesn't deliver, but on my box. But the Vector is mainly put almost everywhere. But the whole thing is just pick an AEB. It's gonna be more. I will say a flywheel would be more reliable, and the AEBs are just gonna be a little bit less reliable, just because, well, it's way more complex. But X-Shot, you're definitely getting more value with, you know, full auto, Vector. But you can fire faster than that piston pump full auto by just, you know, because it has a very smooth trigger on the Vector. That'll be the end of today's video. And like and subscribe. We're almost at. We also hit 80 subscribers, which that's pretty cool. But hopefully we can hit 100. Maybe, I don't know. But like and subscribe. If you like this video, go watch more, because like I said, I did a review on the piston pump, and I have a budget video on the Vector. So goodbye. Have a nice day, and keep foam flinging. My teeth are like freezing out here, but it's very cold.